Want low-latency institutional grade market data in your C++. In this tutorial, we will show you how to fetch real-time prices with a WebSocket client using C++. Now, let's map out our project. Create a clean workspace with exactly 3 files, a JSON file to declare what libraries we want, a CMake file to orchestrate the compiler, and our main C++ file where the magic happens. Clean, simple, organized. Inside main.c++, we import the libraries needed for our WebSocket client. These include statements may look a bit complicated at first, but the idea is simple. Boost.Beast gives us the WebSocket client. Boost.ASIO handles the network connection. OpenSSL secures the connection using TLS, and Lomon/JSON lets us work with JSON messages for login, subscription, and live market data. The rest are standard C++ headers. Next, we create namespace aliases to keep the code clean. Boost names can be long and nested, so aliases like Beast, WebSocket, Net, and SSL make the rest of the program shorter and easier to read. Inside the main function, we define where our WebSocket client will connect. The host points to TraderMade's streaming server. Port 443 is used for secure TLS communication, and the target feed ad represents the advanced WebSocket feed endpoint. Then, we read the API key from the TraderMade API key environment variable. If the key is not found, the program prints the error and exits immediately. Now let's set up the WebSocket client before connecting to the server. I/O context handles the network operations, the SSL context prepares the secure TLS connection, and the resolver helps find the TraderMade server address. Then we create the WebSocket stream, combining TCP, SSL, and WebSocket into one secure live connection. Before we connect, this step sets up the secure SSL layer for the TraderMade server. It tells SSL know exactly which host we are connecting to, so the secure handshake can be completed properly. If that setup fails, the program throws an error and stops right away. Once the SSL setup is ready, we begin the connection process. First, we resolve the host and port, then open the TCP connection. After that, we perform the TLS handshake, followed by the WebSocket handshake. Once these 4 steps are complete, the client is connected to FeedAd and ready to send and receive messages. After the connection is established, the client sends a login message. The JSON message contains the action login, the API key, and the preferred format. This is how the server authenticates the client before allowing access to market data. To read live messages, we initialize 2 variables, a buffer to store incoming WebSocket messages, and a subscribe flag to track whether the symbol subscription request has already been sent. Next, we enter the main message loop. At the start of each loop, we clear the buffer, then wait for the next message from the server. Once a message arrives, we convert it into a string and parse it as JSON inside a try block so the client can handle parsing errors safely without stopping. Here, we classify the incoming message before handling it. The type field tells us whether it is a control message like login OK, while the T field is denoting for tick data. When we receive login OK, it means the login was successful, so the client can now send the subscription request for the selected symbols. The subscribe flag prevents the same request from being sent again. Here, the client starts processing live market data. If the incoming message is a quote update, it reads the symbol, bid price, ask price, bid volume, ask volume, and timestamp from the JSON. It then prints these values to the terminal, giving us the latest market data as it arrives. Open vcpkg.json. Here, we define the libraries required for this build. Next, CMake list.txt sets the C++17 standard, finds the required libraries, and builds the final executable, streaming market data. To run this setup on your system, start by cloning the VC package repository from GitHub. Once the repository is cloned, move into the VC package folder and run the Bootstrap script. Export your API key, head to TraderMade.com and get a 7 days trial. Link for free trial below in description. Request a trial at TraderMade.com and make sure to reply and send the trial coupon confirming your email. Now, build the project and run the executable. You'll see live rates start coming in for the symbols we subscribe to, along with bid price, ask price, market depth, and timestamp. If this video helps you, make sure you click the subscribe button because we will be bringing new tutorials every week.
To watch more tutorials like this, subscribe our YouTube channel.